Hey, welcome everybody to the 24-hour marketing mastermind hangout, where we're going to be learning stacks of stuff and we're going to be answering your questions. And this hangout is particularly designed for especially new people who are just getting started in the business, or perhaps you're just thinking about it, you don't know what it's about. And so we're going to be covering that. I'm going to be covering a bit of basics, and we're going to be talking to you about a couple of things. And we have a special guest on with us today, and her name is Katie Stage. And yes,
Hi,
Katie
everybody.
Stage. So Katie's going to be looking at your comments. If you have any questions, just put them in the comment section, and Katie's going to be getting them to me. Please remember that if you're involved in the business, it's always a good idea to get involved. I mean, if you want to know something, this is the time for you to ask your questions. If you don't understand something properly, this is why we have these live hangouts weekly. So first of all, you can know that I am a real person, that I do exist, and that I'm not going anywhere. But also, I'm here to help you if you have anything that you're struggling with. Maybe if you have something that's quite difficult and you're not perhaps getting around it, things aren't making sense. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. And of course, so we normally have Stephen Pearson on today, but Stephen he's got to see a friend off. He's not going to be seeing them for about 2 years, so he won't be joining us this week. And but we do have Katie with us, and Katie's going to be sharing with us her story about how she got started in this industry. And you're in for a surprise. So please hold on to your seats. It's going to be a good ride, a very fast ride, and I hope that you got a lot out of this hangout. A lot of people, whenever they decide to get started in sort of an online business, it's often because they've had a lot of things in their life not go their way. All right. I remember when I first wanted to get into the online scene, it was because I wasn't really happy where I was. I was facing a lot of anxiety because I didn't really know where my next paycheck was coming from, and the jobs that I did get were paying. I mean, I was getting paid anywhere from $200 up to maybe $400 a month, and in this country, it doesn't go very far. All right, so that is a very real thing with a lot of people. They don't know what to do. Things are happening. You want to provide a future for your kids. You want to provide a future for your family. You want to look after your parents, maybe. You've got all sorts of problems that you want to say. But before I go any further, I also want to say hello to a couple of people. I know my buddy Bruno is watching in the next room. So, hey, Bruno, how you doing? Bruno's my best friend. He's somebody that I get encouragement quite a lot from. He's got spastic cerebral palsy that he's had since he was like 2 years old, and he battles with it. He handles it tremendously, and I honestly don't know if I could have done that. And he is really a great inspiration to me. And Bruno, thanks a lot for that, man. I also want to say hello to Ryan Delport. We spoke earlier. I know that you're keen to get into the system. Ryan is another South African. He's also very interested in getting involved with the community, and I know that he wants to make this thing work. And I'm saying to Ryan, if I can do this, man, you can do this. Ryan is very involved with his community. I know he's involved with his church, and I know he wants to provide a good, healthy income for him. And I know it can be done because I've done it. And so I also want to say hey to Giovanna, who's watching, and Pops, Katie's dad. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys being on here. But you know what? It isn't about how many people get on this hangout. It's really about how many people we can actually connect with. And I don't care if there's one person on this hangout watching. That's the most important thing. I'm not into numbers. I'm not into big things like that. Even if I'm on this hangout with one person, and I actually learned that from a very good friend of mine. His name is Daniel van Hickeren. And if you're watching, Daniel, I got this from you. You really take a lot of pride in your business, and you'll get on a hangout with somebody one-on-one just to explain a couple of things, and that just blew me away, man. Because I know a lot of people love to get as many people to the Hangouts as possible, but it really is just important connecting with that one person. But getting back to what I was saying, I was talking about the fact that we have a lot of anxiety in our life, and often when we have that, we don't know how to deal with it. And yes, I'm looking at notes because I wrote this down. I learned something important that I want to share with you. And so the way that we deal with adversity, or the way that we should be dealing with adversity, is we need to find our purpose. Okay, we need to find something that we can live towards. And often, you know, in our job, in our surrounding position, it's hard to focus on that sort of thing because we don't understand why we're living. And each and every person watching this hangout needs to have a purpose in life. And I honestly believe once you understand that purpose, you have a power play. You have a position where you can actually identify where the problem areas are, because you know, it's just something that you need to pursue. One of the things that I want to do in my life is work with young kids. I want to be able to free up my time completely to be able to work with children and teenagers and help them prepare themselves for the future, so they're not stuck in a position where they don't know what to do because of the society we live in. And it's just so hard getting a 9-to-5 job. We go to university, we go to college, we go everywhere just to get that degree, of which no disclaimer is made. And if it's, you know, you're not told you're guaranteed a job at the end, it's never guaranteed. And in fact, a lot of my friends, when they study to be a, you know, a doctor, for instance, they end up doing something completely different because they finally found a purpose that they're enjoying. And so what I want to talk to you about is finding that purpose. And the interesting thing about that is, I learned this week, and it was actually said by a Dr. Larry Darcy, okay? And this is what he said about human beings, okay? This is the quote. He said, "Human beings are the only living species that have the dubious distinction of dying or having a heart attack or a stroke on a certain day." I want you to think about that, right? And what I mean by that, you know, people often think of having a heart attack because you smoke too much or because, you know, your cholesterol's high. But the interesting thing is that 85% of people that work in corporate America or in first world countries die of a heart attack on a Monday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. And it's very simply because we have this anxiety of going to work in a place where we don't want to be, all right? We hate the prospect of going to work. Going to work is really frustrating, and you got to face people you don't want to face, and you got a boss breathing down your neck, and you really don't want to have any of that. And, you know, you need to start figuring out what your purpose is, you know? It's kind of like this, you know, it's kind of like going to a movie and sitting in this movie and having watched it before, and you kind of know the ending before you've started it. And that just takes all the life out of it. You know, you go to a job knowing what you're getting paid at the end of the month, knowing how things are going to turn out. All you have to do is just this A, B, C, D of work, and you're going to get paid a certain amount of money. And what's interesting about the job that I do is that I actually write my own checks. I decide how much I'm worth. I decide how much I really want to get paid. And it all depends on how much I put in the effort. And that's really what this business is about. It's about freeing you up to do the things you want to do. There's nothing like walking into a store and not buying the basic brands that you always buy. Buying stuff that you really could not afford 2.5 years ago. I'd always buy the absolute minimum. I would always watch exactly what I was paying for. But now, I don't really think about it that much. If I get a bill in the mail, I just pay it. And I want you guys to understand that that is so free. And it's purely because of this business that we're in with Empower Network. If you want to have absolute freedom, you can have it with Empower Network. And please understand this, I don't live in a first world country, so I don't have a lot of the advantages that a lot of people have. When I first got started online, and I even saw the idea of paying, 25 bucks a month and $19 a month for the affiliate fee, and I had to pay for my GetResponse, and that added up to like $65. My heart sank because when I first heard the price, because I initially, when I signed up, thought it was just a once-off payment, and I thought, okay, I can pay that, because 25 bucks in my country is like 250 Rand or 300 Rand every month. And I want you to think about that. If you were paying just for basic membership, if you were paying $700 just for the basic membership every single month, how would that make you feel? With me, that's exactly how it is, because $700 in a lot of salaries in my country is 1/4 of a salary. You would never think of paying that towards something like that. But if I was paying $25, it was really a reflection of our currency, like 25 Rand, man, I would have gotten ages ago. I wouldn't even have to think about it. This is the lowest form of way that you're going to have a business, all right? Having an offline business, when you're opening up a store, when you're paying $4,000 to $5,000 a month just to keep the doors open, is a tremendous amount of money. And you only really see profit only about 3 to 5 years later. But with Empower Network, it doesn't get anywhere near that every month, all right? Your overheads are extremely low. All you really need is an internet connection and a computer. And a couple, yes, there are some monthly bills, but it's nowhere near what you'd be paying if you were running an offline business. I want you to understand that. That's why running an online business is so appealing, because it is so much cheaper. Don't ever get the idea that you can build a business like this for free, because it doesn't exist. Doing things for free isn't going to help you, all right? Because people want quality. People want things that really matter, okay? You need to keep that into consideration. So what I want to do right now is just share my screen, and Katie, you can just hey Ryan, I see you there. I just want to share my screen and show people what they need to do to get started, and also to answer some questions if there are any at the moment. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen, and as you can see, this is the back office on Empower Network. And when you get started with Empower Network, the thing that you need to do is you need to go through this level up sequence on the right? The level up sequence is going to explain to you exactly how this business works, all right? It's going to go through what is actually needed to achieve things in this business. And believe me when I say this, those videos are really, really important, all right? People take those videos for granted. Watch them a couple of times, go through them one after another, and really understand what they're talking about. There's a section in there about having the right DNA to run a business, all right? If you're running a business like an employee, you pretty much aren't going to succeed. Even if you're running a business as a business owner, it's not entirely right. You need to be running this business as an entrepreneur, meaning taking responsibility for your business. You see, when you have a normal business, or when you're working for somebody else and you're an employee, you get everything for free. You get all your materials for free. Sometimes they even give you a vehicle where you can go and see clients, and you really just follow orders. But when you're running a business, you are responsible for the entire operation. And that's when you've got to learn how to run business differently. And that's what that level up sequence is going to do for you. The next thing that you need to do is you need to go through this Fast Start training right over here. And this Fast Start training is super important, okay? Because that will explain to you the kind of methodology you need to do in order for you to succeed. So there are 8 core commitments in this business that you need to follow. And you need to pay attention to what those commitments are saying, because there's been a lot of research done inside of those commitments, and they have stood fast for the test of time. There's a reason they put it there, because it works, all right? They have literally followed the examples of 6- and 7-figure earners, and put them into a kind of like a core commitment which you can follow. And if you follow those core commitments, you will start to see things happening in your business. When I first got started, I didn't really pay much attention to it. I just kind of zipped through every single video. But until I started to watch them over and over again, that's when it started to sink in that, yes, okay, I need to be reading every day, all right? I need to be reading, and I need to be going through training. I need to be expanding my mind. I need to go ahead and get mentors. I need to understand how things work. All of that is in the Fast Start training. And then, of course, make sure you, get these other criteria filled as well, because that's also going to help you understand how the business works, especially the part about becoming an affiliate. You want to become an affiliate as well. Get tickets to the next live event if you can. And then, of course, complete the compliance training, which is very important, right? We don't want to go around saying to people and promising them millions when we can't do that. We cannot promise you. If you're watching this hangout right now and you think I'm going to guarantee you that you're going to make money online, I cannot do that because I don't know what you'd like. All right, I cannot promise anything. All I can say is that if you apply yourself, you will see results. If you don't apply yourself, so if you decide you just want to do this business once a day or 3 times a week, it's not going to work for you. You need to be serious about this business and you need to allocate time so you can work this. There's no easy way around this. If you want to succeed, you've got to be prepared to do the work. You've got to be prepared to go through, as they call it, the grind. You cannot skip the steps. All right, there are steps in place so that you can follow them. All right, I heard this illustration the other day about playing golf. All right, sometimes when you want to start to play golf, we get the golf clubs, we get the balls, we go and tee off. You can go ahead and get the most expensive clubs that there is. You can go and get the most expensive golf balls there are. You can go to the most expensive pitch where you can go ahead and play golf. That's not going to make an ounce of difference to your game. The only way you're going to get better at the game is if you practice, if you go for training, if you follow mentors, that sort of thing. And it's no different to working a business online. Right? So a lot of people ask me, Dave, what is this business? All right? How does it actually work? All right, and I'm going to tell you that this Empower Network system is kind of like a university for marketers. All right, it's a university in that it's got levels of training that you can follow. But all you need to do as somebody who is working this business is to get people to your capture page. What do I mean by capture page? You need to get people to the offer. All right, that's all you need to do. And the way you do that is by strategies that you learn inside of Empower Network. Now, there are a lot of strategies that you can use, a lot of free strategies that you can find out, and you can find out free strategies through a lot of mentors out there. If you're battling with something and you really don't know how to do it, you can of course reach out to us. But this is why we have this product over here called the 6-Figure Shortcut. This 6-Figure Shortcut is going to give you access to strategies, very simple strategies that you can use inside of your business. Now, it's a one-time payment of $197. You pay that and you'll get access to a whole lot of training that's going to help you market your capture page. All right, now I'm just going to show you what this product looks like. You've got the 6-Figure Shortcut here with Rhonda Swan and with Tracy Walker. And I'm just going to click over to the Tracy Walker section so you can see. And inside of this, you're going to have, oh wait, am I still showing my screen? Yes. Okay, I take it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can see your screen. And
okay, great. So inside of this product, Tracy Walker is going to be talking about Welcome to the Dream. She's going to talk about Behind the Dream, money mindset. but you're also going to get access to other little nuggets over here, and I'm trying to find them now. I think it's under here. Here it is, sorry. Where is it? Am I missing this? There was some PPC training here. Do you know where it is? I'll come to the... Okay, there's video marketing and Twitter traffic, all right, that you can access over here. And this is going to give you some cool tricks that you can use. So you can use video to promote your link. And what links am I talking about? I'm talking about these promotional links over here. And these are your capture pages that you can use and send people to this offer. Your job as when you get started with Empower Network is to get people to this offer over here, all right? And these capture pages have been tested and they work, right? And you'll be having your link over here that you can get. And this is what you would be promoting inside of Empower Network. And one of the strategies we use is blogging, all right? So I'm just going to log into my blog. I'm going to log into the blog that I have over here. And one of the strategies we use to get people to look at the business that we're using is our blogging platform, which is the Colatu blogging platform over here, all right? And in this blogging platform, you're going to have access, you're going to be able to make your own personal blog that looks very similar to this. All right? So you're going to have access to your blog, and it's going to be a blog just like mine, except it's going to have your picture up there, and you're going to have plenty of themes that you can use. And these blogs, let's take this one here. This is some Craigslist training. So you'll have a blog like this where you can go ahead and put a picture up there, put a video here, write a little blog. And the cool thing about a blogging platform is that, for instance, let's say somebody wants to figure out the best Craigslist training, all right? So they want to find out something about the best Craigslist training. So I'm going to type that in here, the best Craigslist training, which is a keyword. As you can see, I'm right over here on the first page of Google. And that is the power of this blog. Because when people type in keywords like that, they go ahead and they'll find my blog. They click on that, and here is my blog where they can have a look at the training if they wanted to. This is another strategy, by the way, a Craigslist training which you can use to promote this business. And while they're on there, they might see this banner over here that says, you hear about this, and they click on this banner. And there we go. I have sent them to a link. And this is what Empower Network does, is it helps you to create a powerful blog that you can use to promote your business. And the great thing about this particular blog is that you don't need to worry about plugins. You don't need to worry about setting up themes. Everything is set up here for you automatically. All right. There's no trying to figure out where a banner goes. There's no trying to figure out the tiny technical stuff that you always worry about with something like WordPress, because when you use WordPress, you often need to get a professional to come in and set it up for you. But with Colatu, everything is set up so that it is user friendly. I remember one lady saying that she got her 8 and 9-year-old to set up a blog for her just to see how easy it was, and these 8 and 9-year-olds were able to set it up very, very easily. And we have a tremendous plugin here called the 21-Day Blogging Challenge, which is something you definitely want to take advantage of. And as you start this challenge, when you click on this, what's going to happen now is it's a plugin that's going to virtually write your blog for you. All right. I'm just going to, it's going to say day 1, create a new post. And then normally you would add a new post here with the title, but what this plugin does is it actually it's gonna activate any second now. I just want to show you what it's gonna do for you right now. And it's going to come up with this favorite video section. So today's template allows you to share your favorite YouTube videos around the common theme. What is the personal place or thing or common theme of your videos are about? And you type that in here. And what one objective describes these videos? And this is where you would type your second objective in here. And then you would select an image, which you can get off Google. All right. And then you can, once you've actually done this, it'll actually, you can go ahead and create another set of videos. And this, it's very, very self-explanatory, where you can actually create your own blog post. And then once you actually start doing these and getting used to your blogs, this is when you can start, say, you can start adding a new blog post over here. Let's say you want to do your own blog, all right? And you want to go ahead and add a title here. The great thing about this Colatu blog is that you can go ahead and click on this tab here, which will say, give me a title. So you can click on this and a window will pop up and say, enter a topic you want to talk about. You would type it in there, and then it's going to say, get my headline ideas. All right, so let's say you were writing a thing about cars. It would say, get a title. Why not blog about, okay, the science of cars, how to achieve better results fast. So it's giving you a title. Just basically, that's going to give you a great title that's going to be user-friendly, that's going to be search engine optimization friendly, so that people can find your blog post easily on Google. All right, and you would write your blog. It's got places here. This is just like Word. You can make it bold, you can make it italic, you can underline it. You can justify your blog. You can play around with this and get to know it, which is the great thing about this Colatu blogging platform. And then, of course, if you want to be part of the blogging challenge, you just tick this box right here, and that'll keep you going with that particular blog. All right, and it's got places so you can put a picture here for Facebook and all of that stuff down here. But the other thing you want to take advantage of as well inside of Colatu is, and you'll actually see a button on the right hand side of this video, which is Colatu Premium. And the great thing about Colatu Premium is that it's got even more training that will help you blog more effectively. All right, and this is what you would click on just to see what Colatu Premium is about. And one of the great features about Colatu Premium is it's got a Q&A session replay, and these Q&A sessions happen on every second Tuesday. And I think they're not having it this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, where they record all of the sessions. And as you can see, they're like over an hour long, an hour 39 minutes. And what these do is they give you strategies that you can use inside of Colatu, which is going to really help you. And to get Colatu Premium, it's like a $17 trial where you can test it out and see what it's about. You're also going to be getting free hosting and a whole whack of other stuff that you can get. Another great feature inside of the plugin section for Colatu Premium is that you'll get access to this Instabuilder. And what Instabuilder is going to allow you to do is create your own capture pages, your own sales pages, your own bridge pages. And that's a really great feature with Instabuilder. And I'll just give you an example of what they look like. As soon as it loads. Right, here we go. And here are some test pages that I did, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. All right, you can actually, there's a whole editor inside of here that's going to help you create your own test page. So you want to put your fancy title here. You've got a video over here, which you can put on autoplay. You've got a fancy button here, and you can change all the text around here. You can put stuff over here if you want to, or delete this. It's very, very user-friendly. And this is what a lot of, especially people that are new inside of this industry, They don't know how to do this. But with Collazo Premium, everything is virtually just given to you on the platter. And that's what you really want to take advantage of. I wanted to cover some more stuff, but I think I'll cover that next week. I want to talk to Katie. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Katie, how you doing there? For those of you who don't know, I actually knew Katie before the Empower Network event. I met Katie a few weeks before that, and I know that Katie has actually been to, I think, just about every single event that there's been. And we met in Vegas about 2 months ago. You know, for the first time, like physically. It was quite weird because when I actually met Katie, I was like it was just that I'd seen her yesterday. It wasn't. It was great. And the great thing about Katie is that when you see her, you know, online, or you know, she is the exact same person that you see at the event. And what I want to do is I just wanted to ask Katie how she got involved inside of Empower Network, and I also want to, you know, ask her, you know, tell us your story, how you got started, and then tell us how you actually started to see success online. And you know, for those of you who are wondering, is this a good idea? What is the whole, you know, thing about why is this such a great community to be involved in?
Well, I actually can't answer the question of how, like, why I got started. It just happened. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. It was actually back in April of 2013. So I've been in Empower for a long time. It feels like a long time, but it feels like just like a month ago that I just started. You know, because, and the reason why I say that is because for the first 2 years, I felt that I was left alone on an island because I didn't have the right support. The support wasn't there. You know, the upline wasn't there, and I felt like I had to do everything on my own. And I felt like I didn't want to bother anybody. I don't know if you've ever done that before, where you're like, okay, I just don't want to bother this person, and you know, I don't want to be a burden. So I try to learn everything on my own, and I come from a history of working 31 jobs in 17 years. So not that I suck at working, okay? I'm like the ideal person that you want in a company. Well, not anymore because I'm unemployed, you know. But just because I always got bored or something, you know, and you know, I always wanted to try something new all the time. So I did 31 different jobs in 17 years, and I just kept doing something different. And until I realized that it sucks to work for somebody else, because you have to ask permission to go on vacation. You have to ask permission to take a day off. Sometimes, you know, what really bothers me is being in the U.S., you know, working holidays. That sucks. I like to be with my family on holidays. So, you know, setting your own schedule is so powerful, because you can just look in the mirror and say, hey, can I have a day off? And you're like, sure. I'm like, hey, thanks. You get a raise. You know, you can do that too. I mean, it's just so cool. So like what Dave said is that your buddy from next door, I'm sorry, I forgot his name again.
Bruno.
Okay, yes.
Bruno.
Yes. And when you say that he is a constant encouragement to you, I feel the same way with you, Dave, because, you know, we're always in conversation a lot, and we always kind of like bring each other up and just kind of, you know, just kind of being constant encouragement. It's just so awesome. And you give me lots and lots and lots of golden nuggets. And like you mentioned before, we did meet just a short few months ago. And before that, I was not seeing any leads whatsoever. Okay. I was seeing nothing. No, I felt like I was no results, nothing, until I talked with Dave, and he saw that I actually proved to myself that I'm willing to take action. And I am, you know, because I blogged as soon as I started from day one, April 16th, 2013, I blogged. Like, Dave told me to stop, pause the video, make your first blog. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. But I'm like, what's a blog? Shoot. So I'll Google that. So I Googled it, and then you can guess what my first blog was. But so that's what I do. I just take action. So Dave saw that, and he's like, you know what? You're something kind of special, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead, and since you're proving that you're gonna take action, then I'm going to go ahead and give you some golden nuggets. And it's just been an awesome, 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 awesome ride in the last couple of months, because I'm getting sales now for the first time, which I never thought was ever possible. And it's so weird to actually say that on a Hangout now, you know, and actually say that. But seriously, you know, there's one thing that's actually been around for a while. This is what I've heard when I first got started is, what is that, like 95 or 97% of people fail online or something like that, and whatever the percentage is, we'll just say 97. But you got to think, like, why do most people fail online? Well, actually, I just wrote a blog about this, so this is still fresh in my mind, is the statement alone that 97% of people fail online is actually a statement that is the ultimate failure, if you get what that means. So, you know, what I mean is, too many people believe it. It's just a statement, and then they fail. They believe it, and then they fail. So instead, why not say 100% of people can be successful online? 100% of people can do this. It's absolutely true. If Dave from a third world country can do this with like crappy internet, you know, come on, there's really no excuse, really. So, you know, if you're sick of being stuck, and if you feel like you're in the same old, you know, vicious circle where nothing seems to change, you know, none of this matters, okay? If you think that you're going to be in this vicious circle forever, none of it, what you're going to do matters, because, you know, nothing will change unless you show up, unless you believe it, okay? In order to see the changes that you want in your life, it starts with changing your beliefs and changing your thinking. So, I mean, I had years of just being a 9-to-5 thinker, and it took me a while personally to get rid of all that junk, you know, and to believe that change is possible. It's as soon as you believe that, it's like your brain just opens up and you're like, holy crap, this really is simple. You know, it's just so crazy. And, you know, I don't know. It's just 100% can do this. That's just simple. But, you know, only 95. I was gonna say 95 and 7 at the same time. I like to make words up, so whatever. 97% choose not to. You hear what I said? They choose not to. Not because they can't. It's because they choose they can't. That they choose that they won't do it. And why is that? Well, because it's easy not to, right? You know, and you know, too many people, you know, they quit when they don't see change right away. And for 2 years, you think that I'd probably quit, like, if I had a different mindset. I for some whatever reason, I stuck with it. But normally people would be like, oh, I don't see a result in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, I'm out of here. But I stuck with it. And, you know, at times it actually feels like you're actually moving backwards, right? So you're like, I feel like I'm 2 steps ahead when I should be, like, you know, you're starting to see like people getting success here and success there. They're doing screenshots of this and screenshots of that. Well, don't worry about that. Okay, just think about you and what you have to do and your goals and your commitments to yourself in your own business. You know, maybe you're thinking right now that you can't change because you failed too many times and for too long. Well, actually, Dave and I are actually here to tell you the truth, and that you can and you will change, because that's the truth. It's just simple. And nothing will change unless you commit. And I just want you to know that, you know, what actually the cool part is. You want to hear this? This is the cool part. You know, that each and every one of you who's watching this right now, you know what I mean? It's like, you already believe. You know, you can't. We already got you. You know what I mean? You can't say that you can't, because you've already chosen to be here and you're watching this, and you're just going to succeed anyway. So it's just going to happen. Not sure when. We can't promise anything. Income disclaimer / you know, can't promise everything, because we don't want the government to be on our necks. You know. So so I think what I want to say is, I want to give people call to action and assignments, if that's okay, Dave.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. That I think everyone who's watching this should be here every Monday as part of the commitment. So now we change to 9 core commitment. Can we do that? No, I'm kidding. But it's part of the training. It's part of the training. We're here to help you, to answer your questions. This is the perfect place to be here to do that, because we can be a community, be a part of, you know, just be a part of it. Just be a part of our family. And definitely do the 8 core commitments. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much my story. I don't know if I got.
No, that's great. I mean, it's a great example of determination, because a lot of people say to me, "Gee, Dave, I don't think I could have. I hung on for like 8 months till I made my first sale." And looking at, you know, your story, it's even more tremendous than mine. You know, being there for so long, it's a difficult process. But you know, that's where I think your mindset was actually right in the beginning. You can't see this as just spending money and losing money. You see it as an investment in yourself, because I'm sure that your growth with the business has helped you mentally and changed you in a lot of ways, so that now when you start to see success, it's helped you to go about it the right way. I really had a like a light bulb moment with my business when I started to realize, hey, duplication is the key. When I started to follow leaders, I started to follow people that were better than me, and that's why I believe so fervently in having a mentor. You have to have somebody that you can follow that knows much more than you do. And that's why we follow people who are more successful than us. And let me also say that, you know, I'm sure Katie would agree with me, and that is, it isn't just about doing the right thing once. Okay, you might decide, okay, I'm going to go through some training, I'm going to make a blog, I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to do a post on Facebook. And if you just do that once and you just leave it, I mean, how can you expect to have any success? You know, one of the I taught there's actually a video strategy, which if you're watching, I'll give you the basics of it right now, and I'm just going to give you kind of like an idea of what you can do. All right, and give you an example. Let's just say, for instance, you were promoting crackers. Okay, you know, crackers that, you know, you would sell it, and that's what you're doing. You were selling crackers, and now you're thinking, okay, so now I got to sell crackers. How do I do that? Well, you've got to think outside the box. You've got to say, right, in order for me to sell crackers, the best way that I can do that is I've got to talk about cheese. All right. So what do you put on crackers? Cheese and crackers, right? So you talk about cheese. You get people to look at cheese, and you connect it with crackers. So let's say you're a website developer. Let's say you make websites, you make blogs, or you have been involved in that industry. Well, what you can do is you can go ahead and do a video review on programs that help make blogs. All right? And you make a video review on it, and then what you do is you give people an answer to the solution. So basically what you're doing is you are presenting people with a problem, you're agitating the problem, and then you're giving them a solution to that problem. And one of the ways that I do it is that I I do product reviews on binary options. That's one of the things I do. I review binary options, and then what I'll do is I will talk about it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and look at the type of videos that I'm making. Even go and look at the type of videos that Katie, gee whiskies, I forgot your name for a second. Like Katie, sorry, Katie. Wow, just one of those brain farts. Anyway, so that's the whole idea, is to go ahead and look at what other people are doing. When you have a look at what other people are doing, you know, say to yourself, well, if they're doing it, why can't I do it? Let me break it down. Let me work it out. And then let me put my spin on it. And that's really how I started to see a change in my business, when I started to duplicate other people's methods and use them for myself and then put my own spin on it. And believe it or not, I've given you so much information already. I don't know what else to say. I mean, Katie, would you agree that that is exactly what people should be doing?
For the longest time, the one thing that, not the one thing, but one of the things, because there was many things that I just didn't get. This was just a whole new world for me because I didn't get any of this. So I was brand new. Like I said, I didn't even know what a blog was. But the one thing that people kept saying is, be the solution to the problem. And I'm like, I don't get it. What do you mean? Well, when you first start, you know, you got to think like, okay, what is my problem? Like, I mean, not my problem, but what am I having issues with? Like, what am I struggling with? How can I find that answer and then go ahead and teach people that answer? So that's how you be the solution to the problem. You have a problem yourself, you find the solution, and you tell others. So that's why they say do, teach, and wait, how does it go again?
Do, teach, and tell.
Yeah, do, teach, tell.
Do, teach, tell, yes.
Yeah. Brain farts are contagious.
Yeah, sorry. Wow, I had one of those moments. Geez, when you're speaking to somebody you've known forever, and then you just forget the name for a second, and suddenly, whoa, what happened? But also understand that inside of Empower Network, we're teaching you the basics on how to get started. But there are so many other products within inside of Empower Network that's going to help you further your knowledge of internet marketing, where you can take this and you can use Empower Network to virtually sell anything you want to. Okay, you've got to see this as a springboard. This isn't just a case of getting people to join a system and join a system and join a system. You are giving people access to a blogging platform that people can use in their business. I'll give you an example. My dad loves to write poetry. Okay, it's just one of the things he does. He loves to write spiritual poems. He loves to write all sorts of things, and he wants to do it. So I just thought, you know what? I'm going to create a blog for my dad, and I'm going to connect it to Colatu Premium. So one of my 10 blogs, I just connected to my dad. I buy him a domain. I connected up with Colatu Premium, and he can go ahead and he can blog about whatever he wants to. And that's just, and he can put it up. You can put it up on the blog, and it's there for people to access. So the more people go and see his poems and see the banners around the actual blog, it gives me more exposure. So when people click on that banner and they want to see what I'm up to, they can, or want to see what the business is about, they can click on it, and it's a way to expose your business. So that's another strategy. All right. That's one of the great things about being in this industry is you can go ahead and you can talk about anything you want to. You can go to ClickBank and you can promote a ClickBank product, and you can talk about the product. You can put an affiliate link in there, and you can make some money off that. You can promote anything you want to. You promote your home business inside of Colatu, anything you want. You don't even have to be an affiliate. You could just use the blog as a business platform where you can start blogging. And the great thing about Colatu is that it's secure. One of the things that happens when you use a WordPress blog, and if you don't have any security, it's really going to hurt you in the long run. Because let's say you put up 50 blogs and your site gets hacked and somebody gets in there and messes it all up. There's no way you're going to get the data back. But with Colatu and Colatu Premium, it's secure. It's a fast-moving blog. It's stored on servers that are protected. You don't need to worry about your data being gone or anything like that. It's always there. And if you invest the same type of money inside of a WordPress blog, you'll be paying pretty much the same amount as you would if you were paying for Colatu Premium. All right, that's just a fact. And I know this because I've spoken to professional bloggers who blog for a living and who make thousands and thousands upon dollars each day. And they use this blog because it's a secure place for you to put your information on. So that's the great thing about Empower Network, is that it's going to help you understand more about how to get a business online. And this is the springboard that you're going to be using. So look, if you're watching this and you still are a little bit hazy on what to do, my advice to you is to go inside of the back office of Empower Network and play around, okay? Go and watch the walkthrough videos. It's under tools. Go and look at the walkthrough videos. Watch each and every one of them. Go through all of the videos that you were told to watch in the beginning of the back office. Go through the level up sequence. Get to know the system. And don't be afraid of learning something, all right? One of the things that fear does for us is that it paralyzes us. It actually it immobilizes us to a point where we can't do anything. And one of the things that I do is I try and block out all of the negativity out of my life completely. All right, I actually stop watching the news. If I hear about the news, it's because somebody told me. I never, you know, often somebody will say, "Did you hear about the news?" And I say, "No," because I don't watch it. Negativity is a terrible, terrible disease. All right, it's a cancer, and you want to rip it out. And the only way you're going to get rid of it is by just avoiding it completely. All right, and just fill your life with positivity. If anybody is trying to be negative towards you, just completely ignore them. All right, the way you feel is entirely your responsibility. It's got nothing to do with anything around you. All right, we often make our external fears bigger than what they are. There's actually a story I heard today about a schoolboy who used to get off the bus and used to walk home on a certain route. And every time he would turn the corner, there would be this dog that would be barking at him and running up the driveway. Is that the right word? Driveway? You said driveway, Katie?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so running up the driveway and just barking. And he would get such a fright, and he would run away from this dog. And it just happened time and time and time again. And he just thought, you know what? The hell with this. I'm not going to have this anymore. I'm just going to, if this happens again, I'm just going to pick up a brick and I'm going to smack this dog. And that's it, because he was so sick of it, all right? He was so afraid it drove him crazy to the point where he took a stand. So on that same route, when he gets dropped off, he walks up and this dog comes just barking up and just barking. And his heart's pumping and he starts to get afraid. He picks up the rock and he's about to throw this brick at the dog, and he sees the dog has no teeth, absolutely no teeth. All right. And here's the thing. I mean, isn't that true with things in our life? Things that we're afraid of, they have no teeth at the end of the day. We make up things in our mind bigger than what they are. All right. And if you just take that leap of faith and move forward and decide, you know what, today I'm going to do something scary. I'm actually going to go and learn the system. I'm going to actually put myself up in video. I'm going to make the first move and say, hey, can you please help me? And I'm here to help you. Katie's here to help you. Stephen's here to help you. If you have any question, if you are struggling with somebody, if you are struggling with something, you can go ahead and ask us. But please, for the sake of time, and I'm saying this because this, I believe, can be tough love for a lot of people. Myself and Katie and Stephen included, understand this. We're not here to hold your hand to the point where if something is said in the video and you ask us a question, you know, about, like, for instance, one of the questions is, what does going all in mean? All right. That is covered inside of the Fast Start training. Go through everything first, and if you still don't understand it, ask us. All right, maybe you don't understand a concept, but please understand that we are here to help you. We just don't want to hold your hand when you can go ahead and watch the stuff yourself. That is the difference. All right, we're not here to to spoon feed you. If you really have a question and you want to know the answer to it, you can ask us, no question. But please do the research yourself. And that's the number one thing that I battle with a lot of people. People ask me these questions all the time, and they say, well, what's the system about? And I say, well, go in and find out for yourself. And then like, oh no, I don't want to take the risk. Well, you know what? If you don't want to take the risk, then you might as well just leave it. Right? If you're not prepared to put something in, how can you be expected to get something out of it? You know, there was a situation yesterday, and I was in church yesterday, and I was listening to somebody speak about they were having a camp for some kids going out, and they needed some sponsorship. They needed some people to put some money forward so we could sponsor some kids to go on camp, because a lot of the kids don't have the money and the parents don't have the money to send them. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? And I was just purely thinking from a business point of view. I was just thinking, you know what? If I really wanted to make some sort of impact in this church, I could try and come to every single service. I could try to come to every single meeting. I could try and show up. But if I decided I was going to actually invest some money in somebody else's future, or invest money and say, you know what, here's some money for somebody to go on a camp. Do you know what that would do? That would show people in the church that I was serious about wanting to help people, all right? And this is exactly what happens when you decide you want to be serious about your business. If you show that you are invested in your business, that shows me that you are serious about what you want to do. And this is the thing that with Katie, when Katie said she wanted to do something, she did it. She took action. And a lot of the people that I teach, and a lot of the people that have made money because of the strategies that I've taught them, are people that have actually gone through the training themselves. Maybe they don't understand anything, but they get back to me. I've actually pushed people away and say, no, it's inside of the training. And they go and watch it again, and they come back and say, yes, I watched it, but I didn't understand this section. It shows me that they're serious, all right? And as well as me helping, I'm prepared to help anybody who wants to be helped, but I need to know that you are serious about the business as well, all right? And the same for Katie. Katie's not going to help just everybody that comes her way and say, please. I mean, I've had people that are so brazen about asking questions that actually say stuff like, I even wrote a post about this the other day about the questions you get from people. And, you know, people will say, I've actually had a person say, you make the money for me and I'll pay you back later just so I can see that it works. And I'm like, are you serious? But you know what? They're a lot more honest than a lot of other people are. You know, because at the end of the day, that's actually what people are saying. Please do the work for me so that I can see that it works, and then I'll just carry on from there. And that's not going to get you anywhere. Every single person that have actually had success is because they have put the effort into it. All right? That's exactly why I'm where I am. This is exactly where Katie is where she is. That's where Stephen is where he is. And if you have a look at anybody else that are being successful in line, it's because they have taken action and decided, you know what, I'm going to take responsibility. But if if for instance, if you went to a mentor like Tony Robbins, and I've actually, because I've read his books and he's talked about this, that when he is mentoring somebody, he makes it almost impossible for that person to get hold of him. I mean, he delays it weeks and weeks and weeks, and they've got to pay money and money and money, not because he's greedy, but because he wants to make absolute certain that this person wants to help, that actually needs help. And I'm not saying give me money or anything like that, but I'm saying even the big mentors out there, they really want people to show that other people are serious. Because I'm not going to mentor somebody that isn't serious. I honestly, I'm not. It's just not going to happen. But if you show me that you're serious by saying, you know what, I'm going to be there at the next hangout. I'm going to be there every Monday. I am going to be there. I'm going to be asking questions. of stuff that I battle with. I'm going to write these questions out during the week and come back and just lay them on Dave and just see what he can help me with. If I can see that you are serious and you reach out to me, I am more than willing to help you. And I'm sure that goes the same for Katie. Katie, is there anything else you want to say?
You're on fire.
Yes. Sorry, man. I just needed to say that. Look, guys, I want to say it's been great having you on here, and I really appreciate it. And I want to ask that if you're watching this, the one thing that I want you to commit to right now, if anything else, is I want you to invite 10 other people to this hangout next week. I want you to try and get 10 other people to this hangout next week. All right? And the reason I'm challenging you to do that is because I know that you can. I know that you can. You know, it can be done. Even if you have to go ahead and send a link to everybody you know, just get somebody to this hangout. And, you know, and if you have any questions, you can email myself. It'll be my email address is dave@deaf4u.co.za. Katie, if you can put that down in the so also if you want to get hold of Katie, you can put her email address on there. We're more than willing to help you. We want to help you. And you know, we wouldn't be here if we didn't. All right. This is my personal time that I want to share with you. Nobody's paying me to do this at all. I'm doing this because I want to help somebody else out there. So with that being said, I also want to encourage you guys to go ahead and click the link below this video, right below, where they're going to be doing something called the Empower Hour, all right? And it's on the hour right now. You want to go ahead and click the link and watch that. I highly encourage it because that is where you're going to be also learning from other people who have their success stories about how they started online, and maybe something just clicks with you, with them, and you want to get people to that. So please go there. I'm going to hop on there as soon as I can and watch it. And I know that Katie's going to be doing the same thing. She's got everything ready. And with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye because I know we've run a bit over time here. And thank you so much for watching. Katie, you want to say, just say goodbye for us?
Love and appreciate. Oh, whoa, I unmuted. Okay. Love and appreciate y'all. See you on Empower Hour. It's going to be Chris Rushlow, so it's going to be awesome.
Cheers.
Bye.